I haven't done this type of video in quite some time. I love doing these videos because it just shows what you can do with no time at all to train. Too often I hear, I don't have time to train. I don't have time to squat every day. I don't have time to do this. I hate, that's one of my pet peeves about people making excuses about exercise. Like exercise is, there's sitting on the couch 24/7 and then there's LeBron James dunking from the free throw line. There's nothing in between. Training, exercising should be done every single day. I don't care how you split it, what your philosophies are, training should be done every single day. So today, I don't have time to train. We all have days like this where I don't have time to train. When I say that, I don't have a 2-hour slot where I can just, balls to the wall and do 1,000 different reps. Today, I have to do a quick and dirty routine where I just get under the bar, say hello to Mr. Squat, and then I get out there. So in this video, I'm already a minute in, I'm gonna actually include me putting shoes on and me warming up and me doing everything from start to finish so you guys appreciate how long it takes to do a training session per se. So here we go. What I plan to do today is the squat. Surprise, surprise. It's squat 230 something, I forget now. But basically yesterday and the day before I pushed quite hard. So today I don't have time to do 140 kilos for AMRAP set, so I'm gonna do like what I used to do back in the day. So just sprint up to the top, warm up with the barbell, do 10 reps, then 60, 10 reps and all that stuff until I work out what the ceiling is today. So every single day that I come in, I basically pick the bar up, go into a squat position, and I just work out exactly what I'm capable of today. And that highly depends on how my joints are feeling, where my flexibility is at, and things of that nature. So I heavily auto-regulate. If I have in my mind, okay, today I'm gonna hit 200, and then in the warm-up I'm like, ooh, that doesn't feel good, I don't push. I let my body dictate. So that's basically the best way to go about squatting every day, is not to have preconceived numbers in your mind and have preconceived efforts. Oh God, this is a dirty glove, check this out. Gardening gloves. Anyway, the reason I'm wearing that because it's cold again, and I do actually have a bit of a sore throat because yesterday after I'd done training I went into the garden and did some cleaning up of the yard, and it was quite rainy. It wasn't rainy, it was quite windy, and I was silly because some of my clothing on me was wet, and you can imagine what happened next. I basically warmed down while cleaning up some timber in the backyard while having some sweaty shirt on, so that wasn't good. So hopefully I don't get sick out of this, but who knows what's gonna happen. That's one of the other reasons why I haven't trained already today, because I wanted a couple of meals in me today, and yeah, take it easy on the body. All right, so here we go. So you're thinking probably, that's a shit ton of RDLs, why did you do that? For the last probably 2 weeks now, I start every single training session with 50 RDLs with the empty barbell. Why? Works for me, man. Works up a bit of a pump in the glutes and hamstrings, and I feel like I can get into the squat a bit better. That's basically why I do it. All right, so that's that. I just sit at the bottom of the squat here and try and let my hips get into a good position. There's a lot of time under tension here. I typically sit here for about a minute or two. Just let the sort of the calf, Achilles complex stretch out a little bit. Let the glutes stretch out, the adductors stretch out a little bit. Ever since I started doing this as well, like I feel like my mobility has increased as well. And just an empty barbell, 50, 20 kilos is enough downforce to kind of encourage the muscles to let go a little bit. And I find that works really well after I've done the RDL as well, because the RDL kind of warms the hips up, and then this kind of gets into a bit of a stretching position as well. And it's high specificity, right? Like this is exactly what the squat is going to do to me. So should probably get into that same position in the warm-up as well. Alright. Jackie gets in the way. That's basically it. And then from now on, I just add weight. And it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm doing 100 kilos for 25, I'll do that. 140, I'll do that. Today I'm not gonna do any volume. The sore throat, heavy breathing, I don't wanna get through that, but I'll try and hit some sort of reasonable 1 rep training max today, whatever's in the tank. See how it goes. So, 60. Too fucking hard with this thing on. Can't put the bar on my back properly. Alright, that's 60. As for rest intervals between sets, it's an arbitrary number to me. It depends how hard you work in that set. If you've gone balls to the wall, you've done an AMRAP, it makes sense for you to take several minutes. I've taken up to 20 minutes sometimes to catch my breath and the rest of it. If you go into the next set feeling fatigued, pre-fatigued from the previous set, what are you doing? Like, if you're bodybuilding and you're doing that as a parameter of your training where you're kind of restricting recovery, that makes sense. But I've always said, recover to the fullest, and then you hit it up again. So I never understood why people, take 20 seconds in between sets, because your performance in all those succeeding sets are going to be shit house because you haven't recovered. So I don't know. That's one parameter which I don't monitor much, because I think intensity, frequency, volume is where I think training should be. Restricting your recovery, I've never been fond of that. There's definitely a place for it, but not for me. Alright, that's 100. Let me just fix the phone up a little bit, low battery. Alright, 11 minutes in. I don't feel particularly strong today, but any session is a session. It doesn't have to be, a bingo session every single time. The point is, every session doesn't have to be the best session, but some sort of session is better than no session. I truly feel that. I think most people think about training as balls to the wall every single day. Maybe that's what's shown on social media. Every time you see somebody post a lift, it's their best lift or some version of it. I think it's important to show videos like this just so people understand that not every single day do I hit something impressive numbers or work really hard. Today's going to be one of those sessions where I just come in and say hi to the bar and leave. And there's benefit to that. There's benefit because tomorrow when I come in and really feel amped up to train, I don't have a 48-hour gap in between, touching the bar and going through the movement. My body has seen the movement every single day. And there's benefit to that, like your nerves are not forgetting what they're supposed to do. So even on days where you don't want to work, come in and do something, because it's going to make your succeeding sessions a lot better. It's going to feel a lot smoother. For people that squat once a week and do lifts once a week, I never understood how they could come in, because it's been so long since they last done the movement. I don't know how you can master, neural, proficiencies, how you can master technique when you're doing a particular skill once a week. It's just too long of a gap. And, you might have really, really impressive muscle mass and strength. But I would argue that if you did more frequency with just shitty old crappy weights that you don't even count as training sessions, that once a week session is probably going to be a really, really good or better session for you. So visit your skill every single day, do your skill every single day, but vary the intensity. Maybe do one crazy ass session a week, but then still do that movement every single day. Maybe 60% of what your effort usually is once a week. All right, 160. I didn't even bring water in 15 minutes in. I'm not even gonna drink any water. This is probably gonna be the last set. Just judging by how hard the 160 felt. Moved alright, it's just I don't have that maybe desire to train really heavy, really hard. So let's just get it. 180 on the bar. There we go. As I promised, I'm going to show you the full workout. Full, really quick, nasty workout where I don't have time to train, just come in and pay my dues to the iron gods, I guess. But yeah, I just want to show you with this type of videos that everyone's got time to train. If you don't have 17 minutes in your life to train, you've got other problems in your life. If you don't have 17 minutes spare in your life. So you don't have to be squatting, you could be doing anything, but 17 minutes is not a long time. God, you can do it anyway. So there it is. This is what I do when I don't have time to train. I come here and I do a version of this type of workout where I either work up to a training max or I work up to say 100 kilos and just hit that for, you know, an AMRAP, or I hit 140 for an AMRAP. Today, don't feel all that willing to work really hard metabolically, as in breathing heavily and circulation, all that sort of stuff, heart rate. Bit of a sore throat, so I don't want to mess around with the body. So I decided to come in here, do a sprint to the top, comfortable training max, and yeah, I can mark this in the book as a training day, right? Not overly successful, but still, it's a training day. It's better than nothing at the end of the day. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you see what I've done here, and I hope it motivates you to put in 18 minutes of something every single day. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.